Okay, so we have it on the wheel with the bat.
Yep. And now we're going to start centering.
Okay.
Just going to condition the clay, which means I'm just going to bring it up into a cone.
Now I've seen other
Bring it
people do
down.
this, and they just kind of, it looks like they're being really like willy-nilly with it.
Uh-huh.
But yours looks very controlled. Is that just you, or is it good to be very controlled?
It's just whichever.
Whatever you do.
There's no right or wrong as
Okay.
long as you're bringing it up and down. This is also a time where you can catch any air bubbles that you might have missed.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also you're conditioning the clay to be homogenized.
To listen to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's not very centered.
Now, are you centering now or conditioning?
Conditioning for the third time.
Oh, okay. So you just do it 3 times?
Yeah.
If you're good, you just do it for 3 times.
And if the clay were really, really hard, I might do it more times.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing how elastic that clay is.
Yeah. It is. Now I'm going to center it nice and low.
And when you center, are you thinking about like how wide you want the foot to be, or no?
I'm thinking about how wide I want the center to be
Okay.
and where I want the curve to start.
Okay.
And I throw a little different than a lot of tradition, I think,
Mm-hmm.
is I kind of open right off the bat with my foot. I mean, not my foot.
With the heel of your hand.
Yeah, but I open and center kind of all in one movement, so I don't have to do this
Yeah.
to pull the whole bottom out.
Okay.
And now I will check for depth and then feel a little funkity funk right here.
Oh, something
There's
in
something
the clay.
in the clay, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes even when you get brand new clay,
Mm-hmm.
you will have plastic or whatever was left in the mixer.
Oh yeah, I see what you're
Yeah.
feeling.
There's
What do you think it is?
It's like a little piece of
Garbage.
press board.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, but you know. Okay, so what I wanted to do was check the bottom.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's about as deep as I want to go.
But that's not the final depth, or will that be your?
It's about the final depth.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's that sponge. There, it's saved. And so now I'm going to compress. I'm going to open it up just a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, because now you see more of a flat bottom. A
Okay.
rising.
Now, this is the part that is different than most people.
Okay.
I keep my hand inside to retain my curve, but I just take all that clay and I bend it up. So I haven't even done a pull
Mm-hmm.
yet, but I have these walls.
Right.
And then here, make sure my curve is still here. You always, when you're making a bowl, make sure you keep your curve.
Okay.
Now I can start pulling up my walls. This is what I want to change sponges.
Do you always pull with a sponge?
I do. It helps with drag for me.
Yeah. But you're not using a ton of water.
No, not with porcelain. Or not with any clay, really, but porcelain, you don't really need to get it super wet.
Mm-hmm. How many do you have a number of pulls that you go for?
Well, I don't know if this is true, but when I was learning to throw, my teacher told me no matter how big or no matter how small the piece is,
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to get it up in 3 pulls.
Oh, okay.
That's what she said.
So many jokes could be made. Let me look at your inside hand. You're just balancing the pressure on both sides.
Yeah.
Is that Marvin or Billy?
Outside.
Oh, outside. And you're always really good about keeping a nice lip on it, I've noticed.
Yeah, I always end with a compression to the
Yeah.
top. Okay, so that was only 2 pulls, but
Yeah,
now I'm not
you're
going to
pretty
pull
good.
anymore
Oh no.
because I'm going to open it up.
Okay. And you're using a sponge.
I'm using
inside.
a sponge on the inside and on the inside. So these are the
Okay.
2 sponges. This sponge picks water up really well. This sponge
Uh-huh.
holds water really well.
Oh, okay.
So I want to pick the water up on this side, but I want to hold the water on the outside.
Okay.
And my inside sponge is just a tiny bit higher than my outside sponge because it's the one doing the pushing out and the outside sponge is supporting.
Okay.
I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to always start the opening at the very base, right?
Yeah.
At the very bottom, and then the rest just follows.
It's almost like you're just holding it
Yeah,
and letting the clay do the work.
exactly.
Hmm.
Notice I'm not going very fast.
No, not at all. Ooh-wee. So pretty.
And now I'm going to end it with a nice little ribbing.
Okay.
And I'll put this hand on the outside for support.
Oh, okay. So you got rib
And
on
then-
the inside
Mhm.
and this on the outside. Okay. Why would you use your hand versus?
So I can feel it.
Okay. Does the rib help? Because that's a very specific shaped rib.
Yes.
Does that help with the end shape of the bowl?
It opens it just a little bit more.
Okay.
And I'm not really looking for surface because on these I'm putting
Carving.
glaze. I'm
glaze.
not glaze. I'm putting slip.
Uh-huh.
So I really don't care if I have finger marks or throwing lines or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a particular shape.
Yeah.
And I'm putting pressure. You can't really tell,
Yeah.
but I'm putting pressure on what I call the tail of the rib
That part. Okay.
to expand it ever so slightly
Uh-huh.
to flatten this bowl out even more,
Yeah.
as you can kind of
And
see
I'm
here.
gonna take a picture of what this hand is doing.
And I
Okay.
think that is going to be it. If I push any more,
It might collapse.
this is going to become a problem right here.
Okay.
So I'm just going to clean this up. Call it a day. Okay, so the very last thing I'm going to do is take my chamois.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things these bowls tend to do is really come back up.
Oh, really? Okay.
They want to curl back up. So
Mhm.
what I'll try and do is pinch down this edge.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hole in my
Oh,
thing, and it
that's funny.
called
It made a little Play-Doh
the
factory.
did. And so, and then I'm gonna try and
You're just
do.
like reinforcing what you want it to do.
I'm gonna bend it
Okay.
like a bell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And what you do is when you put this little tiny bend
Mm-hmm.
on the edge, it kind of disallows it
Okay.
from popping back up. It kind of goes like that.
Yeah.
And that is it.
That was so quick. It was not even 10 minutes.
Nice. Okay.
And then you just lift off the whole thing.
Yep. After I cut on the foot.
Or you have to cut it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can throw so many. You're done.
No,
Oh, okay.
we're not, but
I can.
we can.
throw-
That's what the perfection of editing.
I can throw.
Oh, so even though this is stupid on my part, but even though it's on a bat, you need to cut it while it's wet.
Yeah, because you don't want it. Number one, you can't cut it when it's not wet.
Yeah.
And as it shrinks, it would crack.
Oh, well, that's very good to know.